Happy watching! Hey everyone, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat, one of the largest career and higher education platforms. And today we're talking about how to get a top rank in the NEET PG, which is the entrance exam for postgraduate medical studies in India. And we're in conversation with Dr. Apurv Mehra, a leading orthopedic surgeon. We've done 2 videos with him in the past about the life of a medical student and the life of a doctor, and I'm going to share links with you. In today's video, we're going to be talking to him about preparation strategies to get that top rank in NEET PG. We're going to also talk to him about recommended material that you should be going through for this exam and the topics that you should cover within the 19 subjects. There are also valuable tips from toppers. But before we request Dr. Apurv Mehra to join us, press the subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it and give us a thumbs up if you like our work. So Dr. Mehra, welcome back to ChetChat. Thank you so much for taking out the time to be with us here today.
So I'm very happy the way the channel is doing. It is one of the most reliable source for people who are career oriented with honest advice. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. This is so precious coming from you.
And congratulations for the phenomenal success. I hope you keep on doing the great work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And it's your support right from the early days that I cherish. So today the topic of discussion is NEET PG.
Right.
How to crack the NEET PG. So I wanted to ask you at the outset, what approach do you think students should take when they are preparing for this exam?
The first thing I want to give you an example. One of the students I met today told me that he did not did so good in his final year exams. In fact, he ended up getting a supply in one of the subjects, but has finished in top 1000.
Wow.
So there is hope.
Wow.
Right? I always start with this thing, believe, then you can achieve. If you do not believe, you will never do it. The first thing, I'm not saying that you keep on saying main hu, but at least say this, main bhi hu. There are always 3 kinds of students, you know. First is doubting. Second is clapping for others. This year also we had 1.5 lakh individuals appearing for NEET. 1.4 were clapping for the people who were in top 1000. But then there's a person on the left who says, if somebody else can do it, I can do it better.
Right.
So you have to have that belief. You have to say that I will do it. Second point which I say, decide what you want. People don't know where they want to go. Usain Bolt will not run on the track and say I'll be a winner on any race. He knows that he has to run 100, 200, 4 in 200 and then he'll break his records. So it has to be a very directional approach. In my classes also I give a booklet on which I ask them to write, what's your dream? Dream big. If it's not scaring you, you are underassessing yourself.
Right.
This is one thing that you should do. Third thing which I feel is make a schedule. There are 19 subjects divided into different parts. So you should have a schedule. And the most important thing is stick to your schedule. Nobody can complete any subject. And if you know essentials of 19 subjects, you can do fantastic. So if you are doing subject A, subject B, subject A for 5 days, subject B for 3 days, at the end of 5th day, close subject A. On 6th day, start with subject B.
Okay.
Wherever you are. The biggest mistake people do is they don't switch. And that's why at the end they leave a subject. And if you leave a subject, it will hurt you more than anything else.
Right. So let's talk about the schedule now. Let's say roughly they have about 9 months to go. So what is your direction to them that, you know, how many subjects, how many days per subject going forward, when should they start their mocks, practice tests? So how should they basically space out these 9 months?
Right. So we'll divide it into 2 parts. Everybody who's writing NEET would be going for end year, November AIMS, PGI and JIPMER.
Okay.
These are 3 Central Institute exams. And after that, they'll have a gap of about 1.5 months, 6 weeks, where they'll attempt the NEET. If they are started in January, the first reading should be finished by July end or maximum by August. Now, NEET this year has come out with 3 parts. Part A, which consists of 50 questions, where you have 3 subjects, anatomy, physiology and biochemistry, divided into 17 questions and 16 questions. Now, part A is a little bit difficult part, but there is no variation in the questions. Although when the gradation comes, it is the least important. But if you know part A, it will help you in your clinical subjects. It is a basic.
Right.
Plus, you can score huge. So these 50 questions you must try to get. Part B is paraclinicals, in which you have pathology, pharmacology, microbiology, forensic, and you have got one subject from a final year subject as a PSM. They are 100 MCQs. Out of them, the two subjects which are core here are pathology and PSM. You can't miss them out. Fortunately, in our country, we have one of the phenomenal books for pharma by one of my very close friends, Dr. Govind Garg. So that takes care of your pharma very well.
Okay.
Stick to that book, stick to his lectures, stick to his app, that is enough. Third part, part C. This has got the maximum weightage. This is half of the paper, 150 questions, but here you have big subjects like medicine and surgery. You have one of the biggest subjects, gynae-obs here. Like what they have done, medical subjects, 45 questions, in which they have put medicine, derma, psychiatry. Surgical branches includes radiology, orthopedics, general surgery and anesthesia. And then you have gynae-obs, and then ENT, ophtha and pediatrics. Now here what you should learn is focus on the short subjects. They will give you huge marks, less variation. For example, you have about 7 to 8 questions coming from anesthesia. And you have about 17 questions coming from anatomy. If you compare the two, anesthesia is just 1.5 day, 2 day. Anatomy will take 15 days. Look at the ratio, you have to balance out the schedule so. And then prioritize A, B and C accordingly. And in the same order attempt the paper. So this was about the first reading. You must try to go through all the important things in first reading. Chetna, I happened to meet one of the toppers today and he told me a beautiful idea. He said, if you have read the whole day, take out a sheet where you write down all the essential points that you want to keep in your mind, keywords of what you have read today. These are called as cheat sheets. Right? And keep on making them every day. And then in the next day, take out about 45 minutes, 1 hour to revise it.
Lovely.
Keep on accumulating these sheets in a diary. This will become a very important point for your next reading.
Right.
Quick revision at the end. So these are made by your own hand. They are very valuable. Don't make elaborate things, but try to make things which you feel are important. First reading, your aim is to have a go at all 19 subjects, to have a look at the important topics of every exam. Last 3 years content.
So, sir, you spoke about preparatory material, you talk about reliable sources. So, can you share with us and the students some reliable sources, some good material that they should be using?
So, there are two parts. One is a dynamic method like lectures and apps. The second is the books. I'll start with the books. First thing you must remember, get the textbooks on your table. You must try to have a look at important paragraphs. ये नहीं होना चाहिए बड़ी किताबें मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं छूना. You must try to look at maybe half a page from a big book. If you know that question has come for more than normal frequency, try to look at the book that you have followed in undergraduate and try to not get a new edition, because the edition will change, the page will change and a photogenic memory will finish off. That is why I read the same thing, because new things are not asked very rarely. Maybe a subject like PSM, where one of my very close friends, Dr. Vivek Jain, always update things on Facebooks or will release some updates which you can follow. But don't try to get new things. Just follow what is classical. So stick to one reliable source and one standard MCQ book.
Okay.
For some of the good books which I would like to name is for anatomy, we have Dr. Rajesh Kaushal. He is a very, very channelized teacher. Physiology, one of my very close friend, Dr. Somen Manna is there. We have Dr. Vivek Naglekar, who's from Mumbai, and his books are very good. Biochemistry, we have Dr. Rebecca James, Dr. Smiley. These books are very reliable. Pathology, we have Dr. Sparsh, who's very close to me. His book is very famous. Then Pharma, I told you, Dr. Govind Garg. Then Microbiology, we have Dr. Apurva Mehra's book. Dr. Sonu Panwar, he's a phenomenal teacher. Forensic medicine, we have Dr. Magnendran's book. And that book is very concise, nothing beyond forensic. In ENT, you have two good books in the country, Dr. Sakshi Arora and Dr. Manisha. These are very good books. They are teachers also. Whosoever lectures you are attending, it's always better you read those books. PSM, I've already told you, one of the most beautiful book that you have is by Dr. Vivek Jain. One of the teachers which I will also like to add in ENT is Dr. Sarabjit. His lectures are being appreciated a lot. His app is doing fantastic. No, they travel across. They are teachers who are available. They will help you guide. So they are very, very important. Then Oftha, you have Dr. Utsav Bansal's book. Then in medicine, you have Dr. Thameen's lectures. They are one thing which are just breathtaking. Gynae Obs, you have Dr. Vij, Dr. Sakshi Arora. Dharma, you have Dr. Manish, whose book is very famous. Reliable book is Dr. Neena Khanna. You know, in AIIMS, you get images directly from that book. For anesthesia, we have Dr. Swati taking lectures. These are very, very nice books. Radiology is Dr. Sumer Sethi's book, Dr. Rajat Jain. And then for psychiatry, you have Dr. Praveen Tripathi's book. His book is very concise, very appreciated. You have Dr. Sandeep Govil's lecture. But the most important thing, what you have read, don't change the books. Ortho, I have a book, but what I suggest is, if you want to go through my book, it's okay. Otherwise, if you have attended my lecture, that booklet is sufficient. Otherwise, whatever you're reading, just complete those topics. This is about the PGME books. When we look at the textbooks, they should be the ones that you're following. But one thing that I want to tell again, today is a world of images. You have 1/3 of paper in AIIMS and 1/4 of paper in NEET where images come. And about maximum images will be coming from the textbooks that you're reading. So flip your pages and look at those images. Second point, each topic you read, at the end of that topic, think what image can come here. I've always taught this, whatever is common is asked, read common, revise common, think common in the exam, mark a common answer, you will be commonly selected, right? So this is about the books.
Okay.
When I go to online platforms, one of the good online portals that I am associated is Prep Ladder. My orthopedic app comes there. Most of my good friends are there and they have made beautiful videos, and the best part is there is question asking potential there. Teachers will directly answer. The other portal which is there is Marrow. Marrow has got a very good question bank. It has got a very good note section, and that is one of the test series which people are preferring today, right? Then we have Med Miracle, which comes next to them, which is a student-based portal which has been made mainly for preparation strategies with notes and question bank. For offline coaching, we have good institutes with a share being held by DAMS, Bhatia. These are two very reliable institutes. We have got IMS, we have got Prime. These are main institutes, along with institutes for Medical Council of MCI exams like MIST, which are doing very nice, and FMG solutions. So these are different institutes which are offline, and many of them have got their online portals which they give as supports. So student has got lots of options and they don't have to travel so much.
True. So sir, as you mentioned, there's a lot of choice these days for students, but sometimes more choice leads to more confusion. So how does the student balance between, there is offline material, there's textbooks, there's online material, there are the faculty lecture series, there are apps. So what is your suggestion of how he should make the correct choice between all of these?
The first thing I say is keep one source of your preparation. The second thing I want to say is decide you want to go online or you want to go for live lectures. The advantage of online is it saves your time on travel, it saves your time with uncertainties associated with teaching, it gives you everything handy at your house. But then you are responsible to complete your course. And if we are so disciplined, we can just get through with the books. We are not so disciplined, right? We need a stimulus. The second thing, when you attempt a paper, you undergo stress, and when people choke, there's only one replica to prevent choking, I believe, is a live interaction, because that will give you a real life situation, how it feels when a teacher will ask you questions. Your result is not dependent upon your knowledge. It is dependent upon the least amount of silly mistakes you make. Otherwise, online is beautiful. Finally, your paper is online. So you need to have an access to a good online medium.
Right.
Second, an online is dynamic thing. It can give you reassessment of the same questions again and again.
Right.
Third, updates will be there in online. You have attended an offline lecture. After 3 months, there's an exam. Online will be updated, but you can't attend the lecture again.
Right.
So these are few things which are different. Nothing can take away the beauty of a live interaction between a student and a teacher. Online has become rampant in the last 1 year. This year you saw more cutoff rising up. For the first time, out of 1200, the topper has crossed 1000. The accuracy of the students is increasing. The second thing which I feel is, which everybody should do, whether you are on online or offline, which people are forgetting, is practice questions. The strange time of NEET, the latest pattern is 3:30 to 7 in the evening. I suggest to my students every day between 3:30 to 7 practice questions. Okay. It's like a dress rehearsal. Right. Finally, gradually your brain will run in that direction. 40 seconds is the average time for one question. And a student who clears an exam, he decides to fight for 40 times in 40 seconds. And this is what you need to do. Practice, whether it's online or offline. Do not let go the live teaching. Attempt papers both offline and online so that you have real-time situation. Keep asking your teachers.
Now, once they're doing their practice test, what strategies should they adopt when they encounter mistakes in the test?
The moment they start preparing, they should give and write grand tests every month. It should be right from the beginning. As you go down, the number of tests should increase. But what you need to say is you need to see how you're doing in the topics which are significant. Most of the online tests that you give, they give you an analysis. They let you know topic-wise where you need to work more and you need to not. When you're writing those papers, at the end of it, note down wherever you need to read the topic again. And those topics should be high alert, underline them in your list and revise them more. It is like an old story, Chetna, हम सुनते थे ना, एक व्यक्ति को बोला गया कि अगर तुम दौड़ के जाओगे सुबह और एक जगह को छू कर वापस आ जाओगे शाम तक, तो जितनी जगह पे तुम दौड़े होगे वो तुमको ज़मीन मिल जाएगी. एंड द ग्रीड वॉज, वो दौड़ता गया, थोड़ा और ज़मीन मिलेगी, थोड़ा और ज़मीन मिलेगी, पर वो वापस ही नहीं आ पाया शाम तक. एंड फाइनली द रूल वॉज, अगर आपने स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे नहीं आए तो कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. दिस इज़ एग्जैक्टली द रोल ऑफ एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स प्रिपरेशन. यू हैव टू गो एंड कम बैक. इफ़ यू डोंट रिवाइज इट मल्टीपल टाइम, अगर आपने रिवाइज करा ही नहीं तो फिर सब कुछ बेकार है. सो इफ़ यू हैव रेड समथिंग एंड यू हैव नॉट रिवाइज्ड, इट इज़ ऑफ नो यूज़. That is what I told you. Essentials should be read, essentials should be revised, high yield should be picked up, jo cheat sheet should be ready with you, and you have to prepare a content that a student who will be doing best in the exam will be the one who will be able to revise your entire content in the last 15 days. Then the very, very high yield points in the last 24 hours. You must be ready with the content that you will revise.
So, sir, talking about these 19 subjects and what are the important, like you said, over the past 3 years, what are the questions that have come? So, which are the important topics within these 19 subjects that they should focus on?
Right. So, we will be sharing with you a detailed list of these topics along with the important images which are there. We have prepared that list with the toppers of NEET, PGI, AIMS and JIPMER, and it has been verified for last 4 to 5 years.
Super. So you will find that list, the link to that list in the description box under the video.
I promise if you know that list, you will be rank 1. Wow. This is my promise.
Wow. So we are entering the room. There's an online test waiting for us. What would be your tips to students at that point?
Stay calm. Take proper sleep a night before. What you are feeling, everybody will feel. Have a normal meal. Wear your old clothes, normal clothes. Outside, stay aloof. This is my time. I've got 3.5 hours. I have got 300 questions. Out of them, 180 will be straightforward. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. My first aim is to pick up those questions. If I get them correct, I'm done. I'll be in top 5,000. Means I'll get something good. Whether it's MD, MS or DNB, it's secondary, but I'll get something good out of those 180. Now you have 120 more questions. Carefully see them. And you will be able to pick up very, very common topics like orthopedics, the most common organism is Staph aureus, or the most common bone to fracture is this, or maybe the most common organism causing this infection is this. These are common things that you have read. There will be around 45 to 50 questions which will take you to 230. If you look at positive marks, it's 230 into 4, which is plus 4 and minus 1. 1/4 is minus negative marking, right? So this will take you around 900 plus questions. 900 plus marks, and then attempt high. So when you're guessing, try to guess more. So the probability works for you. Rank 38 this year in NEET, attempted 297. My thought is 285 to 295. Okay. That should be the minimum attempt. Never ever attempt less than 285. NEET has a provision that there are 4 patterns. One is confirm your answer, keep it for review, right? Mark and keep for review. So if you are marking and leaving the question, if you are marking and keeping it for review, it will take it as answer attempted. Okay. Whereas AIMS, if you have marked and kept for review, right, it is not taken as marked. You have to confirm your answer. So luckily in NEET they are kind to you. In AIMS it can go against you. So when you are marking and keeping for review, go through those questions quickly. Order A, B and C. They are independent screens which open up, which you have to answer on. But verify and go through the paper multiple times. There should not be silly mistakes. One thing I want to share, Chetna. Never change your answers.
Okay.
This is my personal experience.
Go with your gut.
If you change your answers, you're on for disaster. But the person who's planning a strategy, this will be the person who will get a rank. This is my experience. So if you are focused on what and how to attempt the paper outside the hall, then only you'll do well. You cannot chase a target of 350 just like that.
So any other tips you'd like to give them when they are in that exam hall and they're looking at this computer screen? What are the things that they should be thinking about?
Every house in India dreams that there should be a doctor in the house. Yes?
Absolutely.
When these young kids, they go to write the exam, right? They take this is their world. It's okay. It is important. But you have come so far. You are the privileged ones. You can heal the pain. You are so valuable. Look up. So keep this faith कि अभी भी अच्छा होगा. तू दौड़ में अव्वल आए, ये ज़रूरी नहीं है. ये भी ज़रूरी नहीं है तू सबको पीछे छोड़े. ज़रूरी है तेरा दौड़ में शामिल होना. ज़रूरी है तेरा गिरकर खड़े होना. ज़िंदगी में बहुत से इम्तिहान आएंगे. आज जो तेरे से आगे हैं शायद कल पीछे छूट जाएंगे. ज़रूरी है तेरा लड़ते रहना. उससे भी ज़रूरी है तेरा चलते रहना. यार एग्ज़ाम आएंगे, रोज आएंगे, राइट? आपने कितनी लाइफ बचाई हैं इन योर इंटर्नशिप. आपने कितनी डिलीवरीज करी हैं. ये एक और टेस्ट है, यही टेस्ट नहीं है. मेरा भी पहली बार में सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ, मेरा करियर खराब नहीं हुआ. जितनी हार्डवर्क तो फेल होगा, परसिवरेंस नहीं होगा. मतलब अगर आप डर के खेलेंगे तो सहवाग कभी 6 नहीं मारता ना किसी टेस्ट मैच की पहली बॉल पे. सो आप डरिए मत. बट द सेकंड पॉइंट इज सहवाग वाज नॉट हिटिंग सिक्सेस बाय चांस. ही हैड दोस टेक्निक्स. You have practiced those techniques. You have done the. Don't forget your hard work can never go waste. ऐसा कोई बच्चा नहीं है जो मेहनत करता है और उसका सिलेक्शन नहीं होता. यहाँ कोई बच्चा नहीं है. लोग झूठ बोलते हैं, वो मेहनत नहीं करते, प्लान बनाते रहते हैं. What is important is you have worked hard, and if you have worked hard, इन 3.5 घंटे में ऊपर वाला आपका साथ देगा. Chetna, you won't believe the all India through which I cleared the exam. A night prior I got a call. There will be a bad patch in the paper. Don't worry. मैंने कहा bad patch क्या होता है? So my senior, who was my mentor and who guided me, he said there will be a bad patch, relax. First 38 questions I had no idea. They were all wrong. The kind of human being I am, I would have just walked out. But I remembered, I have worked so hard to be here. This is my life. I can't lose it from here. There was a match in which everybody got out, but Yuvraj and Kaf, they chased down more than 300 runs in England against England. Now, if they would have said, खत्म हो गया मैच, आज मैं उसके बारे में बोल नहीं रहा होता. Next 172 questions मेरे ठीक थे. One of my students, Dr Apurv this year, was attempting the paper. कंप्यूटर में स्क्रीन नहीं चला, दूसरे में माउस नहीं चला. He remembered this story and he said, सर मुझको याद आ गया एग्जाम में बैड पैच है. I was calm. He finished 1051.
Wow.
This is what you understand. होगा बुरा. You will be knocked down on your face. But अगर आप उठेंगे नहीं तो फिर तो मतलब ही नहीं है. Go organized. Don't do a stupid thing of missing out a question. पढ़ा नहीं. Carry your roll numbers, carry your photo IDs. But you know what is most important? Carry your common sense. For example, one of the common question asked to me, which I remember was, which of the following is a cast? Cast is a plaster which is applied. And the options given had only one option which is a cast. The other options were not even close. And then people are telling कि सर ये आउट ऑफ कोर्स है. ये आउट ऑफ कोर्स नहीं है. वो देख रहे थे कि आपका दिमाग कितना शांत है. थिंक अबाउट दैट स्ट्रैटेजी, व्हाट यू थॉट आउटसाइड. 180 सिंपल क्वेश्चंस, 50-60 व्हाट यू हैव रेड. अटेम्प्ट 20-30 मोर. यू आर इन द टॉप ग्रुप. फाइट फॉर रैंक 1 बट नेवर अटेम्प्ट लेस. डोंट वरी द नेगेटिव मार्किंग. इफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग हाई एंड योर इक्वेशन इज गुड, यू विल फाइनली ओवरकम द रेशियोज विच आर अगेंस्ट यू एंड देन कम आउट. एंड इफ यू आर रियली सीरियस अबाउट एंट्रेंस एग्जाम, दिस इज व्हाट आई से. डोंट गो आउट ऑन दैट डे with any of your friends. Go home, think about the 1200 options you saw. If you can write those options, there will be future exams. That's the trend. And then write mid exams. May AIMS, PGI, Chetna. They should be the last exam you should write. I know so many beautiful careers. They might be doing very well in NEET or not so good, but they got brilliant ranks in mid-exams.
Thank you so much. I think, sir, that was so valuable and precious, and these students are going to, thank you from the bottom of their hearts. I am being so grateful to you for sharing this information with us.
So I'll be answering the queries whichever are there on your YouTube channel, and all the very best. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you so much for watching the video right till the end. And if you have any questions that you'd like Dr. Mehra or me to answer, put everything down in the comments section. Also press that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. And give us a thumbs up if you like our work. And happy watching!